Okay, so let's talk about all of the new releases that just dropped because I'm super excited about them. So let's start by talking about all of the new shades. So Seint released 3 brand new highlight shades, and they're ones that we have definitely been needing, and I'm so thrilled about them. So this first highlight shade is called Athens. So this is a shade that falls in the medium skin tone range, but it has more of a neutral undertone to it. So currently a lot of the medium tone shades were amber and wheat and even June, and they tended to have undertones were either warm or yellow or even slightly green. So this is one that is going to be used a whole lot, I think, because I think more people need more of that neutral base. Some of the most common shades that I color match people to are Candlelit and Sandy, and this shade falls right in between the two. So here is a swatch of Athens. And then right underneath it, this is going to be Candlelit, just to kind of give you a frame of reference of how the two shades compare to one another. So I typically use Candlelit as my color correcting shade. I'll use it on my cheeks and on my nose and on my chin. But today I used Athens and I absolutely loved it. So if you are somebody who currently wears shades like Candlelit, June, Amber, Wheat, Sandy, any of those shades, I would highly recommend grabbing Athens because I think it's a color that a lot of people are going to absolutely fall head over heels in love with. And of course, if you're not already using this makeup, then I can help color match you and I will include my link for that. And then they released 2 other highlight shades. So this one right here is Nutmeg and this one right here is called FIJI. So Nutmeg, I think, is going to be another shade that is going to be utilized a lot for people who are in more of that probably like that tan, that darker tan coloring. So this color falls between Goddess and the color Papaya, but it doesn't have quite as warm undertones as Goddess and Papaya do. It's a little bit more on the neutral side. And so I think a lot of people, if you're someone who wears Sandy or you wear Mango and you need to shade a little bit darker in the summer, or if you need a color correcting highlight shade, this is going to be the one that you're gonna want to use. And then of course, this shade is going to be the perfect main highlight shade for someone who has a richer skin tone. And then FIJI is going to be one of our darkest highlight shades. So this is meant for darker skin tones. And we currently have a shade that's called Muse. It's probably our darkest shade in our whole lineup, but it has a cooler undertone. So this is going to be similar in depth to Muse, but it has more warmth to it. Seint wants to be as inclusive as possible with all of their shades to make sure that they have basically colors that are gonna cover the entire spectrum from the fairest of the fair to the darkest of the dark. And this is just one more step in that direction. And then one of the things that I love about Seint products is that they're extremely versatile and you don't always have to limit them to what they're kind of designated for being used as. And so with both of these shades, I've seen people using them both as bronzers. They're a little bit more of a full coverage bronzer, obviously, because they're a highlight shade. I've also seen them used as eyeshadows, and then you can use even this color FIJI as a contour shade if you like a warmer contour. All right, so now moving on to the lip and cheek shade that they just released. This one right here, it's called Wildflower. So Seint always does a theme with their conferences. We also refer to them as reunions, but they always do a theme, and this year's theme was Wildflower, tons of symbolism in it. But they released this shade as part of that, and it's actually the color that I'm wearing on my cheeks today. It's such a pretty shade, perfect for this time of year, spring and summer. It's a very soft pink with a bit of a peachy undertone. Love this shade and highly recommend it. And then Seint also released a full-size version of the Demi Balm. So previously we had it in this half-size tin, and now they have released it in the full-size tin. So this balm is another one of those really versatile products. So when it was initially released as part of the Demi line, it was meant to kind of sub in as an illuminator. So you can use this as an illuminator. It gives you kind of that dewy glow in all of those key places, but it doesn't have that shimmer to it, which a lot of people like. So this can also be used to add some hydration. So you can use it on your lips. I've also had customers use it on dry patches, particularly when it's more mature skin. It tends to do really great at helping with areas where you've lost some of that moisture, like underneath the eyes. If you just put a little bit of this balm on the area first before applying your makeup, it's gonna help to retain that moisture and give you a little bit more of that supple finish. And then you can also use the balm to combine with some of Seint's powder products like their eyeshadows if you are somebody who likes that creamy consistency when it comes to your eyeshadows. So all you do is just scrape a little bit of the balm off, and you can just you can see it's right there on the back of my hand, and then take a little bit of like the eyeshadow color that you want and mix it into it. So this one right here I took was called Sis, and it basically just gives you a more creamy shadow. So that way you can actually create colors combining the balm with some of the eyeshadows. And I can use this color because it's kind of a very light pink. I could use it as an eyeshadow base. I could use it as an illuminator on my cheeks. I could even use it as a lip color. So the balm is a fantastic product to add to your compact because there's just so much versatility with it. Now, speaking of compacts, Seint released 2 new designs, and you guys, they're so pretty. So these are the 2 new compact designs. They've got this black and white checkered, just kind of like that classic trendy checkered look. And then they've also got this one, which is the beige and white checkered pattern. And this one just kind of reminds me of that classic Louis Vuitton signature look. So you can grab both of these designs in all of the different compact sizes. I believe we have 5 different sizes. So with the black and white one, I went with the compact size number 8. This one holds 4 full-size tins on each of the layers, and there's 2 layers. And this one right here, this is kind of our big mama compact. This is our number 27. It holds 9 different tins on the 3 different layers that it has. This one is my favorite design. I love the beige and white checker. And then I also love this as far as size goes because this one I feel like is one that just gives you so much room to grow. And then Seint also released 5 new fragrances. So one of my favorite things about these is that they are small and in a really durable bottle. So that way you can just throw these on your purse, and that way throughout the day, if you need to reapply it, you can do it really easily. And then a quick review of the 5 different scents. So this first one is Amber and White Musk. This is probably one of my favorites in the bunch. This one, if you've ever tried the solid perfumes that Seint has, this one I feel like resembles the number 3 perfume, the closest. Maybe a little bit of the number 2, but I feel like this one is definitely more like the number 3, and it's one of my absolute favorites, so definitely love this one. The second one is the Sweet Vanilla and Jasmine. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I love vanilla, like scented stuff. And it's funny because when I asked my husband what he thought of this one, he thought it reminded him of, he said when we were first dating, because I used to wear the Bath & Body Works Vanilla Bean Noel lotion all of the time because I really do love vanilla smells. This one smells really good, but I'm gonna be honest, when I first smelled it, as soon as I tried it, I was like, what soda does this remind me of? This reminds me of a soda. And I realized, to me, I don't know what it is, but it smells like root beer. Like, it genuinely smells like root beer to me. It still smells really good, don't get me wrong. I can smell the vanilla and the jasmine, all of that, but the familiar scent that I get from it is root beer. And I'm curious, for any of you guys that have gotten this one, do you guys smell the root beer too? Is it just me, or do you smell root beer? All right, so this third one is called Familiar and Ethereal. I think I'm saying that right, but I'm not 100% sure. This one smells really good. It's a very soft perfume scent. They basically made this for people who maybe can't handle really strong scents and it gives them a headache. They wanted something that was a little bit softer, a little bit more delicate. It smells really, really nice. Like I said, it's very fresh, it's very soft, but it does smell really good. And so I do like this one a lot. So this fourth one, this is the coconut and macadamia nut. Definitely one of my favorites of the bunch because if you've been around for a while, you know the coconut scent, coconut taste, it's all my favorite. So I love this one. It's very beachy smelling. So I think this is like the perfect scent as we're heading into summer. And then this last one is the red apple and raspberry blossom. And honestly, I actually really love this one too. This one, it's obviously more of a fruity scent, very sweet, but I like those smells a lot. And I think this one just smells like a really fresh version of those fruitier, sweeter scents. And so definitely recommend this one as well. So basically, I like them all. So these fragrances are limited edition, so they're not going to be around forever. So if you're interested in grabbing these, I definitely recommend grabbing them as soon as possible because I feel like they're gonna sell out pretty quickly. And especially with Mother's Day coming out, these would make the perfect Mother's Day gift. And it's nice because you can buy them as a bundle and save some money, or you can still buy them as individual scents. So that way, if you don't want all 5 of them, you can definitely pick and choose based on your scent preference. And then last but not least, Seint released this new brush cleaner. And you guys, this is going to be a game changer. So it comes with this soap, and it's a tea tree scented soap. It's a very soft and natural soap, so that way it's delicate on sensitive skin. But then it also has like this silicone mat for scrubbing the brushes on. And I'm gonna show you how to use this. So I'm gonna do a separate proper brush cleaning video, but basically you're just gonna get the bristles of your brush wet, and then you're gonna rub it into this soap until it's nice and lathered up. And then you're gonna take this silicone mat and you're gonna rub your brush on this to get rid of all of the product and residue that's on your brushes. You might have to repeat it a couple of different times until your brushes come out clean, but this brush cleaner is meant for a deeper and more thorough cleaning of your brushes. So I recommend doing this once a month. Now, this new brush cleaning soap is not meant to replace the brush cleaning spray that Seint has. They're basically meant to be used in conjunction with one another. So the spray is meant to be used on a more regular basis. I recommend using it at least once a week, but it's gonna keep your brushes clean and sanitized throughout the month, basically. And the nice thing about it is that it has an instant dry time, so it makes cleaning them and keeping up on the upkeep of them really easy. This soap, in contrast though, is meant for that more deeper and more thorough clean. It does make it so that the bristles of your brushes get wet, which means that you have to allow it about 24 hours to dry out overnight. And so I usually recommend cleaning them once a month with this deeper clean, and then making sure that you do it probably right after you apply your makeup one morning. So that way you have a good 24 hours to allow your brushes to dry out before you're gonna apply the makeup again. So if you use the brush cleaning spray on a weekly basis and then you use this brush cleaning soap on a monthly basis, your brushes are going to be kept in incredible condition. And the better the condition that your brushes are and the cleaner that your brushes are, it's going to make it so that your makeup applies better and that you can keep your skin clear and safe from bacteria. So it's just kind of a win all around. So I definitely recommend getting this brush cleaning soap, and like I said, I will do a full tutorial on cleaning your brushes both with the spray as well as with the brush cleaner, so be on the lookout for that. And this is not part of the new product releases that Seint just launched, but they do have new shades of the season, which I have shared about. Today, I'm actually wearing a combination of Renaissance and Maui on my lips. So if you have not checked out these 5 new shades, they're only available through June 6th. Or until they sell out. And so the sooner you can jump on these, the better, because they are some really stunning, stunning shades. So again, all of these products just launched and they're available right now on the website, which I will link. So be sure to check them out, especially if you're interested in any of the limited edition fragrances, because they're not gonna be around for very long. Now, if you are interested in getting color matched, I can actually help you with that. So I'm gonna include a link where you can submit a photo to me and I can let you know exactly which colors are going to work best for your skin tone, along with the different products that I recommend getting started with. And there is also a business side to Seint where you can actually earn an income through sharing about these different products. That's something that I do as an artist, and if it's something that you're interested in doing and learning a little bit more about this opportunity, I would absolutely love to share some information with you. And if you decide that it is a good fit for you, I would love to work with you and be your mentor here in Seint. So I will include a link with some additional information about Seint's artist program, so that way you can learn a little bit more about it. And then I'm also going to include a link so that way if you already know it's something you want to dive into, then you can go ahead and use this link to join underneath me and I can help you get up and running with your new business.